from me yard to the top of the chart. So me happy hail the king. Can't you give me everything?
That's like a Sasko Balila, and it could have been a realer. Don't eggs up and don't try and get too familiar. Cause this a no friend thing, and a familiar. Trailer load of blessing you, 28
So
wheeler.
them do anything for this, anything for that, anything for sit down on the internet. I chat and them do anything for mash way up. Now go see we from, cause we foundation upon the rock when we say we pretty. No friend
Listen
for
all day,
anything.
every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
The golden age of America begins right now.
Are you trying to do the Trump voice?
Yes. Oh, wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with more Activated Mornings right here on WEFM with Roleza and Dianna. Remember, you are free to call and be a part of the program. How do you do that? By dialing 457-9997. 457-9997. Right. That's the number to call us. You can call us on our landline, so direct calls, or you can call us on WhatsApp if you prefer to do it that way. All right. Now, for the great discussion of the great US of A, the country make America great again. Wow. So, yesterday, the 47th president of the United States was sworn in. He had his inauguration, and the man started immediately. He did not even wait, as they say, he didn't wait for the ink to dry. Trump is ready. Executive order, executive order, executive order. Now, Donald Trump says that this is the golden age
All right,
for,
so we
have a caller, all right?
Hi.
We lost the caller. So please try again. All right, now Donald Trump says that the golden age of America begins right now. He said in his inaugural address, from this day forward, our country will flourish.
All right,
The person is back.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Tell me something. I just listened to that program on foreign affairs matters. When did that start? When did that start here on the station?
It started last week, Tuesday.
Oh, it's pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I welcome that. Where our foreign affairs are concerned. You see, these are the things that I respond to immediately. Because when you establish diplomatic ties, it must be for some good reason. And I want to suggest, before I forget, that these diplomatic ties, whenever they're established, our young people must be involved right away. I am suggesting, and you all, well, not you as such, but the Foreign Affairs Ministry must forward a copy to all the schools in the country. If you want the young people to get involved, for them to be aware and to be knowledgeable about what foreign affairs is all about, and to know about which country. Because not all countries, in my opinion, we should be so ready to establish diplomatic ties with. But that's Robert speaking, and I share that to hear what the reaction will be. Thank you.
All
right. Thanks, Dave. All right.
All right, then. Where were we? So, noted. Dave's comments are noted. Now, as we were discussing before we took that call, we will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. That's the President of the United States there. Said something else again. Let me pull up. I'm reading from several news sites here on the internet. All right. Now, Trump said, America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe, admiration of the entire world. Sorry, I'm taking it seriously. Don't mind that I'm laughing. Okay, I just really like to laugh. Okay, but I'm taking it seriously. I promise you. Now, what are some of these things that Trump started working on immediately when he got his position? So one of the things he did, he passed an executive, or he signed a bunch of executive orders, and I'm going to list out some of them. So one of them is for the renaming of the Gulf of Mexico. He wants it to be called the Gulf of America, all right? And the changing of the name of Denali back to Mount McKinley as one of the things that Trump has signed on to. Keep listening. All right. Now, he said he would sign executive orders related to deportation, but let me read some of the actual things that Trump said here. Now, so before we come to the deportation and the immigration thing, here's another interesting one. He signed an executive order proclaiming that the United States of America, the U.S. government, will only recognize two sexes. So all of the trans and different pronouns that the LGBTQ community had, Trump says, I'm declaring right here and now that is ending, and from here on out we only recognize two sexes, that is male and female and nothing else. Right? He says he's ending the radical and wasteful diversity equity. Well, radical and wasteful, the programs there. So that's one of the executive orders signed by Trump. Another one is the birthright citizenship. So he has said he's called on U.S. agencies to refuse to recognize the citizenship of U.S.-born children without at least one U.S. citizen or permanent resident parent, and that's gonna apply. He's applying the restriction in 30 days. So you are no longer going to automatically become an American citizen by being born on American soil. All right? I'm sorry. I don't know why my throat is acting like this now that I'm speaking on all of these wonderful things from the president of the free world, as they would say. All right? So he said he is going to declare a national emergency at the southern border, halting immigration and deporting criminal immigrants. Trump promised we will do it at a level nobody has ever seen before, right? He said he's going to declare it a national energy emergency also, which would rescind the Green New Deal and any mandate to produce more electric vehicles. Listen, I never see a thing. This man, day one. I've never seen anybody day one on the job. And they said, hey, I'm not wasting time. I mean, Roleza, you gotta come. The man is a hard worker. You have to commend the man who gets the job on day one and just starts doing all of that. Normally, day one, you're going in and you're learning the ropes. You come in here and the co-workers will teach you how to. And listen, that man, commendations to Trump, man. Nobody like Donald Trump. Day one, and he is doing all of this work. Come on, you have to commend the gentleman. So I wanna how do you feel about these executive?
All right.
orders.
So I did look at the inauguration yesterday. I looked at the inauguration and he held a rally afterwards. He spoke to what you call the spill off room after. And Trump is back. When I tell you, Trump is back, right? The rambling Trump is also back, because I think if there's one person who can't stick to a topic or one point, is Trump. But nonetheless, in listening to the some of the executive orders that he focused on, the one regarding the birthright. Now, I can't necessarily fault him for this, because the UK also has it, where not just because you're born in the UK or born in the US, it means that you automatically become an American citizen or a UK citizen. So this actually isn't anything. It's not, I think he said something with America is the only country in the world where if somebody's born there, but when he said it, I knew that, no, that's not true, because the UK also doesn't have automatic birthright citizenship for somebody who's born there, right? One of the things that I noted was that when he made the point of there only being two genders, he really did get a round of applause from persons who were listening. And it made me wonder if this is actually the general sentiment of many US persons. Now, in saying that there are two genders, it doesn't take away from the fact that persons still recognize that there are gays, there are lesbians, there are queers, right? But it just means that persons can no longer identify as if they are not biologically of that particular sex, all right? So if you're born man, you can identify as whatever it is that you want, but you are still going to be, your gender is still going to be that of a man. And I can actually understand and appreciate that, all right? Yes. So I'm not knocking him for that. One of the other things that he did, though, he pardoned about 1,500 persons who were involved in the January 6th insurrection. Now, the thing of it is that some of these persons may have already served the time in prison and who are already released, but there are some persons who were still in prison. And one of the things that he did as soon as he signed it, he asked one of the persons who was standing there next to him is if they could get that, pass that on as quickly as possible. Because what it meant is that he wanted for those persons to be freed that very same night. So based on an executive order, for some of those persons who were still in prison, they were able to be released that same night. Now, there are some persons who are not happy with this because of the fact that violence did actually take place. And I think one or two officers did die as a result of injuries or things happening to them based on what happened on January 6th. But 1,500 persons being pardoned is a lot. However,
and we thought Biden was doing a lot.
And that's the other thing. And I'm going to get to that point as well, because the thing of it is that, and this is where there's a bit of a discrepancy and maybe a hypocrisy that persons are saying on the part of Joe Biden, because throughout his presidency, Trump said that he was going to pardon these folks. Whether persons thought that Trump was being serious, yes or no, Trump was very serious about it. However, where the hypocrisy lies is that Biden said he would not pardon his son. And we realized that I think 30 minutes just before the inauguration, Biden actually provided a protection for his immediate family members and some other folks. All right. So it kind of shows that, okay, so yes, we can understand why Biden would do it, because he's saying that, it could be a case of victimization. Family members and certain persons can be targeted. But at no point in time, and Biden was always saying beforehand that he was not going to do it, but he still turned around and did it for his son, and then he did it for his family. But Trump stuck to what it is that he said. All right, so we have a caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Morning, ladies.
Morning.
Trump supporter. I've been a supporter him before he became president the first time. And Dianna, something you might not realize. President Trump hit the ground running. He just didn't get up yesterday morning and decide he was going to do all of these things.
Well, I know that.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but I have to voice it because there are people out there who are saying they want to continue to slam me. Would you realize I actually have siblings Siblings. We come out of the same womb. Who pronounced the curse of God on me because I say I love Donald Trump? And that is not going to change. Win, lose, or draw. He is a wonderful person regardless to what. And what really stood out is that he acknowledged God. For those of you who believe in God, I mean, he acknowledged God. He didn't beat his chest and say, I. He credited his existence to God preserving his life when he was shot, when he almost got his brains blown out. Like it or not, he is president, and the people of America spoke. That's their decision, and he is still a wonderful person. He is a leader, and I don't care who wants to criticize me.
Joshua, you are allowed to have your opinion. It's fine. Nobody will criticize you.
Hey, Roleza.
Yes, Joshua.
Yes, I'm allowed to have my own opinion. In my 71 years, because of my views, I've been poisoned, I've been threatened, I've been all sorts of stuff because people want me to dance to their music. I keep saying I got two left foot. I cannot dance to anybody's music. Anita.
Neither should you.
Talk to you later.
All right, Joshua. All right, take care. Oh Lord, I do look forward to a day when society we can have opposing, and this is not directed at Joshua, this is just people in general. We can have opposing opinions on things without being personal, taking it personal. Right. This is why it is, as I always say, I want to engage in discussions with certain people because
people don't have to like what you like.
We don't have to agree. Just understand the point that is being made, but we don't have to agree,
Correct.
But, all right. Back to Trump.
Yes.
All right. So another thing that he did is that he, in essence, declared war on the cartels, right? And he has put a halt to the immigration at the borders. One of the other things that I noted from the news is that, coming out from the news, is that there's this app that allows persons to make appointments. And not too long after he came into office, and I think he made the declaration, the app was shut down. Right? It was completely shut down. So persons are not able to make appointments. So we see that it's gone into effect right away. All right. Again, in terms of what P. John mentioned earlier, in terms of the Paris Accord, now, this is a bit disheartening for me because, as P. John correctly said, the Paris Accord, and there are many countries, I think majority of the countries worldwide signed on to that accord. It's a pact that was made to deal with matters in relation to climate change. I think there are 25, if I'm not mistaken, there are 25 under that Paris Accord of different things that's to be addressed, and under it is climate change is part of it, all right? So what this means when people like Donald Trump saying that he's saving $1 trillion on account of that, is it a case where you are only concerned about money, or do you actually care about the environment? And if somebody like him does not acknowledge that climate change is real, it's easy for me to understand how he is going to withdraw from the Paris Accord, right?
It's one of the things I find Donald Trump to be an interesting man, and I'm now paying more attention to him than I did before. So when somebody like him says that climate change isn't real, I find it intriguing. I'm going to be paying very close attention, because I don't... Contrary to what I previously believed, I really think that Donald Trump is full of sense, but perhaps is playing the fool to fool the fool who thinks he's a fool. Because a lot of the things that Trump is doing, I really don't consider them to be foolish. So, and I mean, he's the president of the United States of America. Maybe I'm the fool for saying that, but he's the president of America. So that says a lot.
But you see, what you also have to look at is the fact that he's a businessman, right? His background is more in business than it is in politics. And on account of that, he is going to look at everything based on a dollar figure. So he's looking at ways to save money, to keep money in America, to make America great again from a financial standpoint. All right.
I feel Trump know a lot, And that's why Trump is bold enough to act the way he acts.
Right. And another thing, yes, Josh is correct. Another thing that he did say that he is going to rehire and reimburse all those persons who lost their jobs as a result of COVID-19. All right. That whole COVID-19 mandate that they are going to get back their jobs and be reimbursed. So these are just a few of the things. Now, can I necessarily criticize Donald Trump in a way? No, right? Because he did say from the get-go, from the jump, he did not, it wasn't even maybe like 2-3 hours later. From the jump, he said that he is going to hit the ground running, and he did.
That's true.
And if we are going to look at persons in leadership position, this is kind of what we want to see, right? We don't necessarily need to see you soaking into office, because in his case in particular, it's not his first time. It's not his first rodeo. He has been there before. He has had the experience. He knows what it is that he is going to meet and what he's going to be up against. I think the thing of it is that we just have to focus on how all of this is going to affect us later on. All right. Yeah. I only got to follow some of the executive orders because at one point I felt like, I don't know, it's like whole night he was going to be signing stuff. So I saw the tune out after. But let me see if there was anything else that
I think there was one I was supposed to mention.
That came to me after.
I lost it.
All right. Yeah, I think those are the ones that stood out most for me. But
there's one that just gonna mention. So he signed one of the article says one of the last executive actions that he signed on Monday is titled Defending Women from Gender Ideology Extremism and Restoring Biological Truth to the Federal Government. All right, so that is added to the male female thing. So you see things like that make me question Trump.
When I looked at the inauguration and I looked at some of the persons who were there, so Jeff Bezos was there, Mark Zuckerberg was there, Elon Musk was there, and even when Trump said something to the effect of putting the American flag on Mars. And Elon Musk did this, like he put his fist up in the air and he was, kind of fisting the camera. And, it makes me wonder, like, how many of these, and they said there are a lot of billionaires in the room for his inauguration. How many of these persons are going to have a key influence in terms of the direction in which America is going to go?
Well, all I've been thinking since is the rich white men are about to play. That's what is going through my mind. They are about to have a time. That's what I envision. That's what I see.
Yeah, but it would be interesting to watch the turn of how things are going to go over the next 4 years. Trump is now 78 years old. He will be the oldest U.S. president in office. And it's just to see how everything goes. And as a consequence, the effects that it's going to have on the world. I was just us in St. Vincent and Grenadines, the world. All right. So Trump is running.
There you have it, folks. The 47th president of the United States of America in his golden age. It's the golden era for America. And with that, we are going to head out of our talk segment here. We'll be back with more shortly. We are going to take an ad break at this time. Remember to